Gen Z is described as a highly aware generation, but this generation reports high numbers of depression and mental health conditions. To understand on how to bridge the gap between Gen Z and their parents, I am joined with a mental health activist, Christopher CJ, on the show today. Karibu sana, how are you?
I'm good, thank you for having me today.
Okay, you're welcome. Being that we're talking about mental health, what is your definition of a healthy mind?
That's a nice question. For me, if I was to have a healthy mind, my mind should be unwavering. Most of the time, the mind wins because we have battles with it every time. So actually, the mind always triggers. It has triggers. It will always choose the negative. It will never choose. So if I'm supposed to have a healthy mind, I'm supposed to be able to conquer my thoughts, my emotions. Yeah, my mind should just be straight. I don't have to be conflicted on making decisions, and so that's an healthy mind.
So there's this thing on social media where everybody is trying to say that for you to have a healthy mind, you need to be happy all the time. You need to experience all the good emotions. What happens to now the other emotions like sadness, anger, and we're supposed to experience that as well? Do you feel?
The people who say that they're very wrong and they're lying, you have to feel your every emotion, whether good or bad. There, to me, there's no bad emotion. There's in every aspect there's negativity and positivity. So you have to know how to conquer it. Now that's where the healthy mind comes.
Okay,
You have to
experience
all
two
of them
ways.
and know how to control your mind.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you place Kenya in terms of mental health awareness?
I'll give Kenya a 2.
Quite low. Why?
I feel like we're not doing enough for mental health issues because we have doctors, but when it comes to like therapists or people you can go talk to when you have mental issues, the rate is very low. We have such a big problem.
Okay, now that we're discussing how to bridge the gap between Gen Z and their parents, there is this notion that Gen Z has where it's our parents cannot understand what we're going through. Our parents cannot understand all this mental health because they are from a different generation. So, do you feel like this is true, or are our parents really trying, or where are we in terms of that as a country?
Our parents, some try, some don't. Some don't even understand what it means to have mental issues. I feel like we are still back. We are still way back when it comes to mental issues, especially with parents, because our parents are still stuck in the back times. Because you'll go tell a parent, "I'm depressed." He or she doesn't understand what depression means. Because the parent will be like, "I provide, you don't go to work. The only person who's supposed to stress is me because I provide." But the world we're in right now, so many things trigger mental issue.
Okay, in a point of you're trying to meet your parent in the middle, your parent does not understand what mental health is, and you're trying to make them understand. What point do you feel like us as Gen Z we can pull our parents to the middle because they don't understand? So what are we doing about it? What is it that we can do to tell, okay, mom, this is the problem. Okay, mom, could you please, you're doing it wrong. Could you try and understand it this way? Do you feel like there's a point where we can reach where your parents are coming this way and we're coming the other way and we meet in the middle?
It will prove to be a challenge, but I feel like we can do it if we just. One thing I think we can do is us as Gen Z, we know it's a problem we all encounter. So if we just come together and create an awareness where we put even meetings, we have meetings and so that they see it's something not only a child experiences, but everyone else can experience this too. And mental issues actually, I've realized it's such a wide aspect in life because even our parents have mental issues. They just don't want to acknowledge it. Gen Z have that ability to acknowledge, yeah, my mind is all over the place, so I need help.
But do you feel like if our parents can come up and acknowledge that they have these mental health problems, they're experiencing the stress, the anxiety, and everything in between, do you feel like that will make Gen Z more comfortable to meet their parents on it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, I know it will. Because imagine going to explain something to someone who encounters it. It will be so much easy to understand. Yeah.
Okay, you've talked of trying to create awareness, and social media is one of the tools that is being used to create awareness on certain topics. You see, feminism and killing of black people. And do you feel like social media, in as much as we're using it every day in, day out, new apps are coming up? Do you feel like this is something that is deteriorating mental health to Gen Z, or is it helping?
With social media, it depends on what you consume as a user. Social media, there's all types of information when you go to social media. So what you consume uh, matters. For example, let's say I want to live a certain dream. I'm working towards it. I'm doing all I can. I'm giving all my energy towards it. Then, but it's not working out at the moment. Or you go to social media, someone younger than you is living a life you feel like you should live. So like you feel like, am I not doing right? Yeah, that this person is doing. You see. So yeah, social media highly encourages mental issues.
But there are some people who are trying to use social media, activists who are trying to use social media to try and sensitize Gen Z, try and offer advice in terms of maybe somebody wants to commit suicide, but then you can reach to someone on social media. Don't you see this other side of it where they are trying? Are we trying, or we're just doing nothing? It's getting nowhere.
I'll come back to my point again.
Yeah.
All it all comes back to what you consume. So we have those activists and we have people who just want to like make other people look inferior. So it depends on, do you want this side of the good or this side of the worst? It just depends on what you consume.
So to finalize our conversation, what questions do you feel like parents should ask their children to help and make them more comfortable to speak about these things? Or what kind of conversations parents can bring up to their children to make them more comfortable?
Can I add something?
Yeah.
I feel like mental health is something that should start to be taught from an early age. Imagine if we taught our young generation about their mental health and how serious it is if you don't conquer your mind, and it's easy from a young age we can help curb that. Like it will be easy. But to parents, yeah, you have to play a big role. Like your child is having mental issues. You need to like come ask him, okay, what made you feel like this? Okay, why are you feeling like you have mental issues? Because I have come across people who say they have mental issues, but that's self-inflicted. It's not like you're not depressed. You're just making you want to feel depressed. You feel? but there are people who experience it for real. And then there are people who feel like, oh, I feel low today, I'm depressed. You feel? So you have to know what you're talking about first. You have to learn about. That's why I was saying we need to teach people. No, yeah, from a younger age. Depression is not just something you just wake up and experience. It's something that started way, way back in your life. You just didn't conquer your emotions. You had suppressed emotions. So I feel like parents need to like put their children down and talk about mental issues. Um, uh, try and understand the young people, because I feel like most parents want their children to live like they want them to live. You don't give the young generation a chance to live their life. You let the person live their life. Let him make the mistake. Then you talk him out of it. Like, no, it's this way and this way. So that makes it easy. It gives the young generation an environment where they'll be okay with talking about their feelings. You just need to open up, because I feel like our parents nowadays, they don't give you a chance to open up. If you open up, it's like you're you're disrespecting me. Like, you can't talk to me like that. And maybe the child is not being disrespectful. You're the one who's not understanding the child. So like, just give them a conducive environment where they can talk about their emotions, talk about how they feel or how they see life. Just, give them freedom to express, freedom of expression.
And just finalizing everything, what do you feel Kenya as a country can do to make to be at a state where mental health is being taught at school? And what do you think we can do as a country, the government?
First of all, we need to have more uh, therapists, more people you can go talk to. You can have initiatives. The same way people are so serious about females. What's it called? Sanitary pads and yeah, the same way. You just go to schools, talk to people, and you should also tell people like it's not bad having mental issues. It's something normal. It doesn't have to be like it's a big deal. I told you earlier, I once had depression. I went and talked to my parents. They were like, yeah, no, you don't have to. Like, no, there are so many factors that lead to depression. It doesn't have to be like money. It's rejection can bring depression. Um, the way of life can bring depression. Anything. You see, young people nowadays are so vulnerable because the world is evolving. It's evolving and more problems. It doesn't always have to like deal with money. So we need more therapists. We need more awareness initiatives. Um, we actually need mental health as a subject. If they put it as a subject in schools, like it's mandatory, it's not like optional. Even if you feel like your mind is okay, you have to go and learn about it. Because if you learn about it and your mind is okay, your friend is in a bad state, you can give insights like, hey, this is how it is.
That is it for this week. Thank you for coming in on my show, and I hope the insights you receive from Christopher will help you, bridge the gap between you and your parent in terms of mental health.
Let me add one thing. We all have mental issues. It's something normal. talk to someone, don't fear anyone. Just talk to someone. Yeah, because it's alarming how young people are. We are losing young people through depression and mental health because people don't want to talk about it. Talk about it. It's normal, boys and girls. It's normal. Just learn, feel that pain, cry. It's not bad to cry. Cry, yeah, cry, break down, but you'll be okay. It's just a condition. It's not a condition actually. So if I put it as a condition, it's like
We are all sick.
yeah, we are right. You'll be okay. Whoever's watching this, you'll be okay.
Okay.
Thank you for having me today.
Karibu sana on the show. So that is it from us this week, and thank you for joining me on the show today. So as you've heard, you will be okay, and so feel your feels. Till next time, have a lovely weekend.
Thank you. Bye. Peace. What?
Mental health emphasis activist, aka.
Vitu venye ulinipata off, ningekuwa fiti.